Because then I will yell at you, and I will scream while you're doing your notes wrong. I will tell you everything you want, but I can't do it. And have you listen to me while where I am. My phone's falling. Take it. Oh, Mia! Take it first. Oh, no. Alright. Okay. Now, I'm gonna say this once more. What you said was not something that you do as a practical joke. It is not something you say that if you say and you want kids to feel comfortable. It is not something you say around children. It's not something you say to children. It is not something you should say to a teenager who is 13. It is not okay for you to say such things, and I am telling you this again. You are also blackmailing me by threatening to turn off my phone. You know blackmail is illegal. You are threatening to turn off my phone. I already have a text now set up, which is not that bad because at least I would have something to call on. It's not that bad at all because I don't need to call you. I do at the same time, but it's not something you need to do. You do not need to talk like that. You do not need to talk to children like that. You do not need to make people feel uncomfortable, which you do. You make people feel uncomfortable all the time. You make people feel uncomfortable all the fucking time, and it is not something you need to do. It is not something you need to do at all. It is not you don't seem to understand that. You don't seem to understand that what your actions...
Can I say one thing
your
or not?
actions and words shut up and let me talk. Your actions and words affect other people besides just yourself. You don't seem to realize that. Your actions and words don't just affect you, they affect everyone around you. They're not just directed towards you.
Well,
they're directed towards anyone in hearing distance.
That's not gonna... Don't worry, honey. I'm so sick. It's not...
Stop talking.
I'm gonna be dead soon. It doesn't matter.
You will let me talk. I need to talk. You're not letting me talk.
I just told you a truth. Go ahead.
You need to let me talk. Stop talking. You tried to play it off as a joke. That's not something you say as a joke. That is not something you should ever say as a joke. That is not something you should say to a child. That is not something you would ever say to a child. That is not something... Would you say that to a 5-year-old? No, you wouldn't. So you shouldn't say it to a 13-year-old.
A 5-year-old playing with puppies.
Stop talking. We are both still children, and you do not need to say that to us. That's what this whole thing started. You talking to her like that. You do not need to call her Mama Grace or tell her that she's going to have a bunch of little kids running around one day. That it might be true, but that's still not something you should say. That's not something you should say to her. And also mention calling other people's children good girl is something severely gross. People do not feel comfortable with you calling them that at all. You shouldn't call me that either because I don't feel comfortable with you calling me that, which I'm thankful you haven't, but you've called Grace a good girl. That's not something you call people. That's not something you call little kids. That's not something you call other people's children. That's not something you call anyone. That's something you usually say in bed. So, you didn't say
what? That's never something you say in... What the hell? That is weird. I talk to my dog. I say it to her all the time. It's should I say young lady or what? Good young lady.
It's still...
That's just weird. I'd never even heard that before. Go on. I'm all ears.